It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your f***ing mouth!
I'm going to, okay?
The 2021 Oscars ceremony would have been a snooze fest if it wasn't for that one incident. We bet you already know what we're gonna talk about. From the start to the end of the ceremony, we doubt that anything else would be considered half as entertaining, memorable, and iconic as the Oscar slap. What is the Oscar slap? Who got slapped? Why did they get slapped? What do the celebrities have to say about the incident? One of the most watched and celebrated evenings of the year, the Oscars have been an extremely prestigious ceremony, and despite the noticeable drop in the ratings every year, no one can deny their charm. But this year, it wasn't the performances, the movies, or the actors that got the most attention. Apparently, the Men in Black star Will Smith didn't really appreciate when Chris Rock cracked a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's bald head. For those who don't know, Jada suffers from alopecia and has shaved her head because of the disease. But for some reason on God's green earth, Chris thought it would be funny to crack a joke about that. And what happened afterward will be a meme for centuries. If we're talking about Will Smith, one thing is for sure. The guy will always find a way to become a meme. During the Oscar ceremony, after delivering quite a heated slap, Will made his way back to his seat, right beside a very shocked and stunned Lupita Nyong'o, and screamed,
"Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!"
Now, the slap has been recorded on film, and needless to say, it has become the talk of the town. Was it the right move? Should Will be condemned for choosing violence? Or did Chris deserve this slap for being insensitive towards Jada's disease? We took a look at what the audience and other celebrities have to say about this entire drama. So let's start. Number 1. Jaden Smith. Let's talk about the reaction of Jaden Smith towards this entire drama. Personally, we think that Jaden's response was pretty justified, and the guy seemed extremely smug. He didn't actually say anything in any interview, but the younger Smith posted a tweet right after the ceremony in which he very proudly said, "And that's how we do it." If you put yourself in Jaden's shoes, you'll realize that there was nothing to be embarrassed about. Your parents went to an award show. The host of the awards show made fun of your mother's disease, and your father took a stand for your mother. Oh, and he won an Oscar at the end, and y'all took an awesome family picture. One thing about the Smiths, they will always take a stand for their women. A lot of you might not remember, but back when the clip of David Dobrik masturbating to a picture of a very young Willow resurfaced, both Will and Jaden gave a very harsh and strong response. Both condemned the disturbing and pedophilic behavior of the YouTuber, and weren't afraid to take strict actions. Now, this time, Jada was the butt of the joke, and of course, Will wasn't hesitant in protecting his wife from insensitive jokes, and neither was Jaden in showing support for his father. Number 2. Amy Schumer. When it comes to original jokes and actual comedy, Amy Schumer might not have a lot to offer, but when it comes to not-so-smart responses, we must say that the woman has a lot to offer. On one hand, the Oscar ceremony co-host was under blast for stealing jokes off of Twitter. That's right, folks. Several Twitter users pulled up their old tweets and expressed shock over how Miss Schumer was using all of their jokes with quite a lot of audacity on stage as if they were original. After the ceremony was wrapped up, Miss Schumer was so traumatized that she posted not once, but twice regarding the trauma of the ceremony. While writing almost an essay in her Instagram caption, Miss Schumer stated, "Still triggered and traumatized. I love my friend Chris Rock and believe he handled it like a pro. Staying up there and gave an Oscar to his friend, and the whole thing was so disturbing. So much pain in Will Smith. Anyway, I'm still in shock and stunned and sad. I'm proud of myself and my co-hosts." After facing a lot of backlash for her second Instagram post, where according to Twitter users, she seemed more traumatized than a war survivor, Miss Schumer deleted the second post. Still, we would suggest that she spends time looking up and creating her own jokes. Maybe she'll give less senseless opinions when she stops stealing jokes from the internet and starts working on them herself. Next up, we have Zoe Kravitz, who of course surprised everyone with her Instagram caption. After being worshipped by the Batman fans all over, Miss Kravitz was the star of the evening until she posted on Instagram with the caption, "Here is a picture of my dress at the awards show, where we are apparently assaulting people on stage now." That was the moment where all the Twitter hype died for the Batwoman. Apparently, people had receipts for her pedophilic behavior, and guess who was the subject of her inappropriate advances? None other than Jaden Smith himself, back when he was a minor. Not only that, but screenshots of the problematic statements of Zoe Kravitz regarding the Black Lives Matter movement also started circulating on the internet. There wasn't any need for an interview or a direct statement, as Miss Kravitz showed everyone what side she was on through her Instagram caption. One Twitter user posted, "Well, at least now I don't have to pretend that her Oscars outfit isn't ugly. Honestly, it's giving high school prom night." That is just how Hollywood works, people. One night you're the god, and barely a day later, you're getting stoned by people. People expressed shock at how so many problematic aspects of Zoe Kravitz were hidden before her Instagram post and caption opposing Will Smith. Previously, the actress was highly appreciated by the critics, the general public, and everyone else for her acting in the super hit blockbuster movie Batman. Next up on our list is the famous reality TV show host Jimmy Kimmel. Just like most of the other people in the audience, Kimmel also showed support for Chris Rock and was against the apparently violent step taken by Will Smith. In a podcast, Jimmy Kimmel mentioned, "You feel bad for a lot of people." The hosts had some really great moments, and this is what people are going to be talking about. You feel bad for Questlove, who won the award for Best Documentary, and Chris Rock certainly didn't deserve that. But in a way, I feel bad for Will Smith too. I think he let his emotions get the better of him, and this should have been one of the great nights of his life, and now it's not. As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, no one is showing open and strong support in the favor of Will Smith. Those who are doing it as softly as possible and don't really have much to do with the film industry. Most of the actors, journalists, and other celebrities who showed support in the favor of Will Smith don't have the same hype and success as the ones that do. If we're talking about the people who understand and support Will's slap, our next celebrity will shock you. Number 5. Nicki Minaj. As we mentioned earlier that the celebrities who showed support for Will Smith don't have much to do with the film industry, the best example of that is the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj. Despite having a problematic past, the Anaconda star wasn't afraid to share her opinion about the iconic Oscars slap. She stated, "I love Chris Rock. I don't think he would have made that joke had he known what Jada recently shared. But between him and the whole team at the Oscars, you mean to tell me not one of you people heard this woman just share this heartbreaking story? Come on, son. Here is the thing. And this is such an amazing, eye-opening example offered. The husband gets a front row seat to his wife's pain. He is the one consoling her, drying her tears behind closed doors when those cameras go off. Social media has made people feel that these husbands won't ever run into them in real life. Honestly, she has a point. The tone deafness is what surprises us the most, as despite the history of Jada Smith trying to spread awareness regarding alopecia and how it has affected her life, people still think that it is fine to crack jokes about the disease. If anything, the joke was extremely insensitive, and Chris Rock should have done his research before crossing his limits. Not everyone is comfortable with others making jokes about their disease. And it's not even like you have to make a lot of effort to know about alopecia. All you have to do is go on Google or take a look at the Instagram account of Jada Smith. But again, why would you do that if you can get away with making insensitive jokes? That was all about the Oscars evening. Later on, nothing can change the fact that Will Smith won an Oscar award that evening, and that he had to apologize to the Recording Academy. Not only that, he had to resign and lose a lot of important projects in the future as well. On the other hand, all the comedy gigs for Chris Rock were sold out. What are your thoughts on the entire situation? Was it right for Will to go up on the stage and slap Chris? Or was Chris being harmless and he should have taken the joke better? Click on one of the 4 videos on your screen right now.